Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna try to do composition of functions. I'm gonna actually look at some examples. I'm not gonna do I'm not really gonna explain everything, but I'm gonna go over the ones that have what is it called? The ones that have or the exercises really. So I'm not really gonna go over the verbal part, because it's not really. I mean, I don't think it's really. It's just vocabulary. So number 5, and also I'm not really gonna do domain or range. I'm just literally gonna find f plus g, f minus g, f g, and f over g. So this is mostly operations with functions as well as composition of functions. So number 5 says, given that f of x equals x squared plus 2x, so let's see. Give me a second, everybody. So we have f of x equals x squared plus 2x. So f of x equals x squared plus 2x, and g of x equals 6 minus x squared, right? We want to find f plus g of x, so f plus g of x. This is going to be f of x plus g of x. So f of x, we know is this one. G of x, we know is this one, right? So we're going to say x squared plus 2x plus 6 minus x squared, right? So then we have 2x squared plus 2x minus 6, or sorry, it should actually be x squared minus x squared, so they cancel out. So it should be 2x plus 6. That's f plus g of x. F minus g of x is f of x minus g of x. So then you're going to say that this is, so it's basically the same idea. You're doing x squared plus 2x, but you're going to put parentheses because you're going to distribute the negative to g of x. So it's going to be minus parentheses 6 minus x squared. So then you're going to have x squared plus 2x minus 6 plus x squared. This basically becomes 2x squared plus 2x minus 6. So this is f minus g of x. Right? Let's see. Sorry guys, give me a second. So, let's see. Give me a second, everybody. So, let's do another one. So, give me a second, guys. Okay. So, let's go back. So that's what f minus g of x is. Now what about f times g of x? So that means f g of x is f of x times g of x. So if we actually multiply those, basically we're going to be multiplying f and g, right? So it's going to be f of x, so you're going to have x squared plus 2x, and then times 2x minus 6. Or I'm sorry, 6 minus x squared. So basically, you're going to do FOIL method, so then you have 6x squared minus x to the 4th plus 12x minus 2x cubed. So it's going to be negative x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x, right? So that is what you're going to get for fg of x. Give me a second, everybody, while I actually do this really quick. I'm just gonna connect it to my monitor so that I can see if anybody does say anything. Give me a second, everybody. Okay, so hopefully it works. I'm just curious because I really don't know if I did it correctly. I just want to make sure that I do it right. Give me a second, everybody. I'm just gonna make sure that I did it correctly. Hold on. Okay, so it looks like everything is fine. So okay, there we go. So let me actually, because I really don't know if it's okay. I'll just go ahead and leave it like this. So anyways, back to what we were doing. So this should be the answer to this. Negative x to the fourth minus 2x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x, right? So the next one that we need to find now, that's for f g of x. So now f over g of x so now f over g of x is going to be equal to is going to be equal to, and it's going to be, so we know f of x is x squared plus 2x, and g of x is 6 minus x squared. So really, the way that I did it, so basically, this is f of x over g of x, right? So this is x squared plus 2x over 6 minus x squared. So this is your answer for that one. And then, let's see. So that's what we have to find so far. I'm gonna do a few more of these, so like, the ones that, well yeah, 6 through 10. But I am not gonna do the function in interval notation, or determine the domain or range in interval notation. In interval notation, excuse me. So yeah, but I will be doing the other parts. So for the next one, we have, given that f of x equals negative 3x squared plus x, and g of x is 5, find f plus g, f minus g, f g, and f over g. So for the next one, we have f of x equals negative 3x squared plus x, right? Let's just double check. Oh, this is for number 6, by the way. Actually, number 6. So that's one, and g of x equals 5. They want us to find f plus g of x, f minus g of x, and then they want us to find f g of x, and f over g of x. So f plus g of x, again, f of x plus g of x. So this is going to be negative 3x squared plus x, right? Oops. Sorry, guys. Negative 3x squared plus x, and then g of x is going to be equal to 5, so g of x is this one, right? So this is f of x, this is g of x, so then it's going to be plus 5. Then the answer is going to be 3x plus x plus 5, f plus g of x. F minus g of x is actually going to be negative squared plus x, but instead of doing a plus, we're going to do a minus. So it's going to be minus 5. So it's going to be negative squared plus x. We distribute the negative in, we get minus 5 right there. So that's f minus g of x. F g of x, basically, you're just multiplying both of them. So you're going to say negative 3x squared plus x times 5. Or you can say 5 times negative 3x squared plus x. This becomes equal to negative 15x squared plus 5x, right? And so then, so basically, this then becomes, so that's basically what f g of x is. F over g of x is actually going to be negative 3x squared plus x, all divided by 5. This is f over g of x. So really, it's not really as hard. You just have to understand the signs and the operations with these. They're really not that hard. it's not as bad as we think. So, we're gonna do a few more of these. So, let's see here. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8. So, basically, what you're gonna do, number 8, you have f of x equals 1 over x minus 4. G of x equals 1 over 6 minus x. And you want to find f plus g of x. So we're going to do that one first. So we have f plus g of x. So it's going to be f of x plus g of x. So this is going to be equal to 1 over x minus 4 plus 1 over x plus 6. This then becomes negative x plus 6, because we're doing the butterfly method, negative x plus 6 plus x plus 4 over negative x plus 6 times x minus 4. Excuse me, it's supposed to be minus 4, not plus. So then the x cancels out, and then we have 2 divided by negative x times x minus 4. This is what f plus g of x is. Now what about f minus g of x? Right? So this becomes f of x minus g of x. This becomes 1 over x minus 4 minus 1 over 6 minus x. This then becomes 6 minus x minus the quantity x minus 4, because we're doing the butterfly method. So 6 minus x minus 4 all over minus x to x minus 4. I wrote it as negative x plus 6 over here because I just wanted to. It doesn't matter if you said 6 minus x or negative x plus 6. They're both the same thing. Just really, like, be careful with how you write it, because some people say, oh, it's like x minus 6, but it's not x minus 6. It's negative plus 6. So basically, this becomes 6 minus x minus x 4 over 6 minus x x minus 4. This becomes negative 2x plus 10, I think. Because there's a 6 and a 4, so it's negative 2x plus 10 over 6 minus x. This then becomes negative 2 times the quantity x minus 5 over 6 minus x times x minus 4. And I meant to put times x minus 4 over here as well. But this is your final answer for this one. Okay. So let's see. So that's for f minus g of x. Now what about fg of x? So fg of x right? So then we're going to multiply them. This becomes 1 over x 4 to 6 minus x, or really we can say is equal to 1 over x minus 4 times negative x plus 6. You can also do FOIL method on the bottom, so you can get 1 over negative x squared plus x plus 4x minus 24. This becomes 1 over negative x squared plus 10x minus 24. This becomes negative the quantity 1 over. It's going to be, because we literally took out the negative, so it's going to be x squared minus 10x plus 24. And this is really how you would do it. So the part where it says f over g of x, you're literally going to grab 1 over x minus 4 and divided by 1 over 6 minus x. This becomes 1 over x minus 4 times 6 minus x over 1. The 1's cancel out, this becomes 6 x over x minus 4. That is what f over g of x is. So really this is g of x, right? This is f over g of x. This whole part was f minus g of x. And over here was f g of x. So that's so you guys understand how it works with these problems, right? Let's move on to another problem. So number 11 is where we finally get into composition of functions. So number 11 says given f of x equals 2x squared plus 1 and g of x equals 3x minus 5 and following. They want to find f composited, or f of g of 2 actually. So they want to find f of g of 2. So g of 2, we're going to literally plug in 2 in for x. This is 2 times 2 minus 5. This is 6 minus 5, which is 1. So then what is f of 1? F of 1 is going to be 2 times 1 squared plus 1, which is 2 plus 1, which is 3. This is f of 1. Or f of g of 2, rather. Now, what's the next one? They want us to find f of g of x. So f of g of x is really going to be, so f of g of x, that's going to be f of x minus 5, which is going to be 2 times the quantity 3x minus 5 squared plus 1. This is going to be, if we FOIL method, this will be 9x squared minus 15x minus 15x 25, right? So then this will be 9x squared minus 30x plus 25. So then we have 2 times 9x squared minus 3x plus 25 plus 1, which is 18 squared, is 60x 50 plus 1, 18 squared minus x 51. This of g of x, okay? Give me a second, you guys. Okay, everybody, sorry about that. So, let's see here. So, that's how you do this one, for f of g of x. And now, let's see, so, I'm gonna necessarily, but I will try to do as many as I can. Just the basics, because I really want to make sure we understand how to find composition of functions, given specific values, as well as just composition of functions in general. So basically, to find, so let's see, so I'm gonna go ahead and find g of f of x so that you guys can understand the difference. So basically, g of x, so we have f of x is 2x squared plus 1 gx minus 5. So g of f of x just means 3 times 2x squared plus 1 minus 5. So this is going to be 6x squared plus 3 minus 5 is 6x squared minus 3, right? So, yeah, so basically, this is the one that there's a big difference here in terms of the problem itself. Like f of g of x and g of f of x are different. And it's actually -2, not -3. Sorry about that. So you can actually see that there's a difference when you find f of g of x and g of f of x. um, in this, basically in this, example. Now, I'm going to try to do number 22. Number 22 is a little bit hard, but I will go ahead and do my best. So f of x, it's a little bit tedious. It's not hard, it's tedious. You just have to be careful. So f of x is 1 minus x over x. And g of x is 1 plus x squared. I think it's 1 plus x squared. Or 1 over 1 plus x squared, sorry. So they want you to find g of f of x first. So g of f of x is g of the quantity 1 minus x over x. This is what g of f of x is, right? So this becomes 1 over 1 plus the quantity 1 minus x over x, quantity squared. So this becomes 1 over 1 plus 1 minus x squared over x squared. The way that I got that is because a over b squared is a squared over b squared. If you simplify this, this is what you get. You get a squared over b squared, right? So this is what, this is what it is. So basically you have 1 over 1 plus 1 minus x times x over x squared. Actually, it's like this. So then this becomes equal to 1 over 1 to be x squared over x squared plus 1 minus s times 1 over x squared. This then becomes equal to 1 over x squared plus 1 minus x plus x squared, all over x squared, because we're dividing all of it by x squared. So this then becomes 1 over, it's going to be 2x squared, because the x squared and x squared, and then minus 2x plus 1 all over x squared. This then becomes 1 times x squared over 2 minus 2x plus 1. This then becomes x squared over x squared minus 2x plus 1. So this is your final answer for this one. Like I said, guys, it's tedious. It's tedious, but it's possible. Like, you just have to be careful with what you plug in for x and all that stuff. Because if you don't do it right, then obviously it's going to be wrong. So, basically, the way that I did this last part, it's being divided, so 1 divided by 2x squared minus 2x plus 1 over x squared. So they come 1 times x squared over 2x squared minus 2x plus 1, which is x squared over 2x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, I hope that makes sense. And I'm also gonna find, so we found g of f of x. Now we want to find g of f of 1. So, let's see here. So the next one that I'm gonna do let's see, so that's basically, actually, that's what composition of functions is. You're basically putting one function into another, and also with operations of functions, right? So with that being said, guys, I hope that helps in a way. I know that I didn't go over everything, but I did go mostly over most things. For the graphing portion, it really just has to do with, like, just finding one part. It's like going inside and then out. For example, number 42, it says f of g of 3. First, we're going to find g of 3. G of 3 is right here, okay? G of 3 is right here. So g of 3 is 4. So now we go up to the other graph and find f of 4. F of 4 is 0. So f of g of 3 is 0, right? Similarly, if we do g of f of 1, so g of f of 1, so f of 1 is 1, so g of 1 is 1. G of f of 2, first we find f of 2, right? So f of 2, that's 4. And then g of 4, which is right here, is going to be 2, right? It's like a pattern. You have to find what it is. And for the numeric portion, what you have to do is you have to look at the table and find what x value it's asking for. So g of 8, you go inside and then out. So g of 8, if you look at it, g of 8 is 4. So then what's f of 4? F of 4 is going to be 4. So f of g of 8 is 4, right? It's really not as hard as we think it is. It just has to do with putting one function into another. That's really all it is. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Like, it's not really that complicated. It's like doing a puzzle. You're putting one part into another. That's really what composition of functions is. You're putting one function in for another as an input. Now, for transformation of functions, those are more tricky. I feel like maybe I mean, the only thing I can really do with transformation of functions is actually vertical stretch and also translations. I cannot do anything else with those because they're very, very complicated. But yeah. I can do inverse functions. But I will do those in another video or in another stream. But with that being said, guys, I really, really hope this helps. And for those of you that have any questions, if you have any questions, let me know. Please like, comment, and or subscribe. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching if you watched the stream. And I will see you guys in the next video or in the next stream that I post on here. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.